Great. How are you, Grace? Grace, are you able to hear me? Great. Okay. Okay, so last time we discussed orthographic. Today we are adding to orthographic the sectioning part. Okay? The work will be given, like I said, today I'm explaining, and Monday, Friday and Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, please make sure you do every single work I'll give you. The lecturers who will be in control in that period, we have got our manager here, we have got my co-lecturer there, we have got the manager from Midland here, and we've got also our manager here. These four, they will help you. Okay? So when you have any question, you have any challenges, they know. So don't look at them like they are starting for the first time. No, they have completed their studies already. Okay? So you can ask them, even her. Okay? Yeah. They will sit here. Yeah. This, what we are going to discuss now, is computer-based work, not drawing board. From today, you are now graduating into the computer. So from Monday, after explaining what I will explain on Monday, it's computer work throughout. So the whole next week, only the ones who are going to write this general drafting and pictorial, they will continue on the drawing board. Are we together? Yes. The rest is computer. Because after computer, when I'm satisfied, we'll move to 3D, and that's how we are going to enter the season of 3D. So we have to push, guys. When I'm not here, I want seriousness, okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, so I've got this drawing here. It is drawn in 3D. It is drawn in 3D. I want to pull out from this drawing and draw the 2D drawing. So this drawing is showing us where the cutting planes are. So when I cut like this, down like this, I'm looking from the front view. What do I see? The top view, what do I see? When I'm cutting here, I'm looking from this side. What do I see? So now these arrows, they are telling me to say after cutting, look. These arrows, they are telling me to say after cutting, what do I see? So like here, I'll cut like this, then I'm looking from the Z direction. It means it is only the top view affected. When I'm cutting like this, I'm looking at the remaining view here. It means only the right view is affected. Now, how do they look, these drawings? That's why I want the free hand to perfect. So from the top view, from the left, right view, not left, sorry. This is right. From the right view, when I cut, this is what I see. This is what I see. Okay? The surface that is affected because of the cutting is this. This is the affected surface. That is when I'm cutting X. Here. After cutting this blue line, what I see is that. But this hollow part, I haven't shown. It is a through hole, so I have to show it where it is sitting. I didn't cut anything. I have to show it. So whenever you see the drawing when they say sectioning, you must visualize, you must see it. Now, according to the rules of the game, we don't section the web. This is it. Web. You don't section the web if you cut it along its length, only when you cut it across. Don't section the web if you cut it along its length. So like if I show like this, it's wrong. I need to make sure, let me try to push this one down. I need to make sure the web is not what? Affected. Though in reality I'll cut it, but in drawing, because it's a rule, you pretend you didn't cut anything. It's a rule. When you are cutting with a knife, you cut it, but in drawing, it's a rule. Don't section it. This one, that shape, don't section it. Have I made myself clear? I don't want to see any drawing where a web is sectioned. Please. Then, so the web not to be sectioned. Don't section web. In this situation, don't. If I cut it across, like this one for the top view, this is how the drawing will look like. After cutting from the top, I'll cut here, remove that. It's like you cut the head, you remove, you need to see what is on top. Ne? So my drawing will show us this shape. So, yes, web, when you cut across needs to be sectioned. Web, when cut across, needs to be sectioned. Only when you cut in between the thickness, don't section. Or that is the only time you don't section. But if you cut it across to shorten its length, you section it. If you cut it across to shorten its length, you section it. Am I making myself clear here? Yes. Remember, I'm only showing you the blocks. I'm not yet showing you in orthographic how you should represent. So here it's just for your visualization. This ends in your brain. Whenever you're drawing orthographic drawings and section drawing, this is in your brain. You need to see it. If you want to communicate with the brain, you can put on the paper. But for the drawing you're going to produce, for manufacturing, construction, and these drawings for your exams, it's not blocks like this. I will represent what needs to be done. Here I'm creating to say, what can you see? What is in your mind? What do you visualize? That this is the visualization. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now, the web mustn't be tampered with when you cut in between the thickness. Only when you cut across, yes, it is affected. And the other rule is never show any line besides center line in the section area or surface. So what I mean is, if I've sectioned, let's say I've sectioned this drawing, I've got a surface like this. I'm now explaining. Then it is sectioned. This is sectioned. Because this is how you section,
Yes, sir.
In software, it is standard. You just put the measurement to be able to make it visible. This is section. Then you, because you are so good, and you love your drawing so much, and you come and show a line inside. Don't crucify me, please. Please, I don't want this. This is one block. You only show a line if it is assembly drawing. This is not an assembly drawing. It's one item. So you can't go and show a line inside the section area. Only a center line, yes, is allowed. Am I making myself clear here?
Yes.
So this is not allowed. The moment I see this in a drawing, I won't like you. Because you will not like me how I'll scratch on your paper. We want to do the right things. We are not here to cause accidents in the designs. Because it starts with the designs to cause accident, then it goes to humanity. We want to do things the right way. So please don't show a line inside the section area. Remember that. Whenever you see a line in the section area, you ask yourself, yeah, what am I doing? Do you understand there online? Philip, Grace, Dumisa, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
No section, no line should be found inside section area besides a center line. Don't section a web when you cut in between the thickness. Only when you cut across, yes?
No problem, sir.
Okay, thank you. Now, how do we draw? How do we draw? If we are drawing now in this orthography, this is how you draw. Okay, now we are going to do the actual work. The first thing that you need to know is your drawing, is it in first angle projection or third angle projection? We already discussed this. The symbols must be ringing in your mind. Is it first angle projection or third angle projection? That is the first thing. Then after that, then you need to show the front view where it's supposed to be before any other view. The front view is like a parent view. Out here. Front view is the parent view. Show it first. So in this regard, based on the presentation of the drawing, according to South African standard, the way it is sitting, which angle is this drawing? Third angle projection, eh?
Yes.
That is according to South African standard. And international, it can be anything. It can be either third or first. International. Now, according to South African standard, we consider it as what? Third angle projection. And the symbol for third angle projection, we know it is this one. That is the symbol, third angle projection. Now I need to draw the front view. Where you see front view on the left, it will be on the left. It is below the top view, it will be below. So I'll draw the front view. Is the front view sectioned? According to the question, it's not. In AutoCAD, when you are drawing, the lines, center line is red as it is. Center line is long, short, long, short. You always put a center line to show that this is a web. A web has always a center line. Be it in SSD or in mechanical, it has a center line. Doesn't matter which field you are dealing with, it has a center line, a web. Then it circles to show that this is a cylindrical shape or a round shape. You show center line. Are we together? Now I'll project to get the top view. I want to draw the top view. This is the top view. This one and this surface. When you look from the top, you see this and this and this and this. But we have cut it. It is sectioned. It is sectioned. Where are you cutting? To show the top view. You need to show on your drawing. Okay, so that's the top view. Now it is section. Can you see that section there? I need to show it. You show the section and the center to show that this is the web must be shown. Any questions so far before we go to the right view? Are we fine? This is what you need to give the constructors, the manufacturing, the examiner. This is what you need to give, not these. These are in your brain. Is your visualization. This is your visualization. So that you can see where am I cutting, where am I not. Are we together? It's not to you for you to draw and send to the examiner. No. On the section drawing, usually they say don't show hidden lines. That is why I'm not showing any hidden lines. These hidden lines, like this one, represent this slot. Here it is missing. It must be somewhere there. I was focusing on it. So there is hole there. So this one represents this. And these dashed lines represent these holes. Okay? Now the right view. I'll go one by one. Can you see this line I've drawn going that way? It is showing me this shape here, how it will look like. So I'm taking it from here. This is 45 degrees, ne? 45 degrees angle. This is 45. Okay? So I'm transferring this information here. Then this is the height. That is it, the approach you need to go with. Even in the exam, they would want you to show how you are getting the other view. This is our view here. Okay, I've got that. This one and this L shape. Can you see this one and that? I've got it. Now the next part I need is to show the web, the way it is. All I do is according to what we have, it's a line straight. Don't project this line, please. Don't. Okay? If you want to project this, it's just to show the cutting plane here, where it is sitting, but we have shown here. This one, it is affecting only the top view. It doesn't affect the right view. It has nothing to do with the right view. So you, because you are very clever, you go and cut the right view half. No, please. When you are cutting, you only affect that view only. The other ones, they are normal. Out here. So, this one is not going to be transparent. It doesn't affect anything. So here, this is what I have. Then I need the center line. The rest I need to do is to section.
There's a circle.
You don't need them.
What did I say?
You don't need them.
Only center line.
Only center line.
Yeah. No hidden ones.
And the green lines represent what? Construction lines. So this is what I have. I will only show the. Can you see this line I brought? I will only show what? I'll only show center. I'm not going to show hidden lines of these circles. And I'm not going to show here that it is cylindrical or it's hollow there. Why?
Because it didn't cut on the.
I didn't cut at that position. They are far from the cutting plane. You can see I'm cutting here, then they are far end. So I can't show them. I can't show them. They are very, very far. The way, am I supposed to section this one? No. But here I section, here I'm not. Can you see? Here you don't section because you are cutting in between. You are reducing the thickness. Here I'm cutting across. I'm going to section. Here no. When you draw like this, you make me happy. But when you draw the way you want, you'll be running away from me. So please follow, you need to follow the rules of the game.
What's the T?
Are we together?
Yes.
Follow the rules of the game. Because if you don't, it will be very difficult for you. That is why I allow interaction so that you can get ideas here and there. But you don't come and look for interactions with me. You understand? Because I'm the final judge in this context. So if you ask me questions, I give you answers. It means I'll deduct when I'm marking your work. And because it is my contribution. Okay, so this is how you represent. After you draw, you finish. This symbol, you draw it here. Now there is something else before we escape from this. Here, I need to state. If you don't, I'll be deducting more marks than you think. Section. Z. Underline it. I'm telling the person who is reading my drawing that this is where I'm cutting and this is the drawing I've sectioned. I'm telling the person who is reading my drawing, this is where I'm cutting and this is the drawing I have sectioned.
Must be on top always.
No, this statement belongs to this one, so it's below.
So it must be below.
Yes. Then here, I need to show the cutting plane as well. like that. If you do your work like that, you'll be good. But if you start ignoring the rules, it means you are leading yourself into disaster. Okay? Then after that, you say what? Scale. 1:1 based on the scale they give you. Underline it. Then what did you do? You put the name of the drawing. What is the name of this drawing? If it's you say bracket, you underline it. At times you write this on top, then scale below. After that, go to your end of it, draw what? Draw the symbol. Your work must have all the information it requires. Am I making myself clear?
Yes, sir.
Sure.
Positive.
Thank you. Then, there are two more things. How do we dimension here? How do we dimension? This will be the next part now. We'll take a drawing and we look at the drawing. Okay? How do we dimension in here? Just to give an example, if they say dimension from there to there, I need to make sure I come and show the dimension with what? Limits. No limits, no dimension. So if I say this is 100, I need to say plus 0.001 minus 0.000. That is how we dimension. But they will give you the limits in micrometers, which we'll discuss on the how do we read them. Okay? They'll give you that information. You need to show here the way it should be. Are you listening there? Online, are you understanding what I'm saying? Thank you. So you need to show the dimension with its boundary limits. You show the dimension with its boundary limits, the lowest and the highest. You understand? You show the lower deviation and the upper deviation. That is the other part. The next part, they will tell you that this surface below is the machine. We are going to discuss this, like how do you represent, but I just want you to know that whenever you see this information, don't take it rightly. It must be shown. So you come to your drawing that this surface must be machined. You point an arrow, 90 degrees pointer, and show the symbol of machining. Then you put what type of machining and what is the allowance, but this is the symbol. Then you are showing that I'm machining and I've dimensioned. Your work is complete once you do it that way. So for me to understand, to know that there is understanding, the way you are seated, you are sitting in your groups, you are 2, 2, 3, 3, I will give a drawing. I want you to discuss the freehand of that drawing so that you show how do we show dimension, how is the sectioning, how is everything. Yeah, including you online. I don't know how you will discuss. But you are only on one-on-one. Yeah. Okay. So I'm sending the drawings. These are the drawings that need to be dealt with next week. Okay? It's the work for next week. But if you can do it over the weekend, it's okay. But it's the work for next week I'm giving you. So now we are going to take one drawing which we are going to discuss so that we understand how do we do it. Now,